What is goody? What is poppin'? We are back at it again. Well, let me see if I can fix myself. We are back at it again with the stream. Most of the time I'll do a Thursday, Friday stream, but I thought it would be nice to do a type of birthday stream. And essentially, what I want to do for my birthday is basically just make this Sonic tier list that I always wanted to make, but I just never did it. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to make it a day. Let me put some music on here. Okay. I think this is good. Here we go. Let me know if the volume's low for the music, but I think we're pretty fine. But we should be alright. Okay. I think the best way to do this is just to essentially move from like this first game to more games. I try to keep it more of like the mainline type of games, but there are some like I might talk about if you want to count them as mainline or games that I just never played before. So for starters, I say let's just start with the games I just never played with. Just put them in the tier real fast. So let me just do that real fast. Let me see. Never played that. I think I played 3D Blast. I don't think I played Sonic Blast. I played 3D Blast, not that Blast. I played Tails Adventures. Sonic Childs, never played that. I think I'll I'll mention some that are mainline, so I'm not gonna do this. We already got pulled up that. Already got a photo of that. Never played this in my life. Never played that in my life. And I played this. We already got one. We don't. Oh, we technically played both. Happy birthday. And I appreciate Ness. I appreciate it 100%. I thank you so much for that. I'm surprised my birthday passed around. It always goes so fast. I keep forgetting. Alright, I think I pretty much got all the at least the games like I just never played in my life. Some are I didn't play either, but I'll mention them a bit later. But what's your favorite 2D and 3D game? Ooh. See, I'm about to talk about that actually. I'm about to talk about that. Well, let me actually get the 2D games out the way because they're pretty easy to get out the way. Because I do want to mention that. Because a lot of them, it's either Unleash or Generations for 3D. For Classic, I'd probably say Mania, but again, I'll see when I look through the tier list. Alright, so let's get started. Sonic 1. Now, I remember there was a time where I went back to play Sonic, like the first Sonic, and as much as like, how put it, as much as there's so much more now, I think this game is just solid and it holds up for a long time. Yeah, quality, right. I think like the original Sonic the Hedgehog isn't better than the other ones in my personal opinion. But I would say it's a solid start. It's really good. It's not bad. It got more into, I would say it's more platforming than the other games. I would say there's platforming than the other games. But I think if I'm going for Sonic 1, I'll probably say a solid B. not mid or terrible, but it still holds up to this day. At least to me. I think it's really good. It holds up, and I did like the platforming when I went to go play it. Don't even get me started with the music too, because music even from the first one was really good to me. But other than all, great start. Can't say nothing else. It was a great start to Sonic. Get his name out there. Let's get to the second one. Now the second one, I would say probably, if I had like a more of a bias, if you get a chance playing Sonic 1 with the drop dash and relationship, it's like a different game. See, I never did that. See, I ain't gonna lie, if you probably modded Sonic 1, you probably have a really fun game. I ain't gonna lie. If we're modding it, I actually would be interested to see what they do. For 2 though, see, that's interesting because I think for me, there's a time when I was growing up where 2 was like my favorite 2D game. Like if I haven't played it more, I would have been easy yes. Having said that, I feel like to me, this might be a hot take to me, I feel like 2 is A to me. I think for me, when I think of Sonic, I always think of like how am I more interested in Sonic, and for me it's always the speed portions. You want to platform fast, you want to jump fast, you want to move fast. And I feel like 2 was just that embodiment of that. Whereas Sonic 1 was more platforming, like a way more platforming than 2. You'll get your identity for Sonic with the speed and being fast with it. So I think 2 holds up really well. So that's what I would say. I would say it's a step up from Sonic. I was about to say Adventure from Sonic 1. I think Sonic 2 does a better job of doing one up, upping it. Now Sonic 3 and Knuckles. See, there was a time where I was always pinning these 2 together. I will always pin these 2 together. Just because for me, I really enjoyed this. I think, again, I feel like it's like a step up from 2. And this is why I feel like 2 and 3 was like always a step up. Like 1 was a step up from 2. That's the one was a step up from 2. 2 was a step up from 1 is what I want to say. And 3 was a step up from 2. Now, I don't know where I would put it, because I want to say it's either S to me, because at least when I think of games like Sonic games, I feel like games gotta be complete. I feel like 3 does a better job in terms of, and again, it's spanning, like, how about it? It does a better job from 2 in terms of speed sections and things like that, but also it incorporates story. Now, I always feel like when you think of these games, it just has a one-up. Like, there's so much more. Like, sure, Sonic 1 has platforming. Same thing with 2 has speed. Yeah, I'll play Sonic 2 because of his shorter package. You can beat it in like 2. Yes. Like I was saying, 1 and 2, it's like, you don't really think about story too much. You essentially just play it and you turn your brain off. But for 3, it's like the same thing, but there's so much more story. It's so much more lore, and and it gives me like a Tom and Jerry feel, where it's like you do not have to understand what they're saying. The actions and expressions of what they're showing does a great job with that. And I think I would put 3 above 2, me personally. I love 2 because it's shorter, but you don't have to really think about it. But 3 just gives you so much more. Like, there's so much more story. They incorporated more like design in terms of their levels. At least to me. Maybe I might like 2 levels more, but again, there's just so many more in 3. Like, a lot of the kind of like levels to me are in 3. So I'm gonna put 3 above 2. I I'm debating if I want to put it in S. The way 3 tells the story through the environment is so good. Yeah. I'm debating if I want to put it in A or S. If I'm going with a favorite, I'll put it in A because I'm mostly doing like my favorites right now. I'll put it in A for now, but that can easily be changed when I do more of the tier list. Okay. I think well, I kind of did skip. I skipped CD. I skipped CD. I was trying to do it in order, but I skipped CD. Okay, CD. Man, oh man. Okay. I don't know where I'm gonna put it there, but I'm gonna just keep it there. For CD, there was a time where like there's times where I always go back and play like a Sonic game or old game I played because my opinions can always change. CD was one of those things where when I go back to play it, it wasn't as hyped as I played it back in the day, but it was really good. Like, it was really good. I think I personally like the creativity of like the levels where it seems 3D. Like I always think of I think of pyramids. I keep thinking of the first level, but the first level of the game. When you go up that ramp, it feels 3D. And to me, you never really experienced that like back in the day. Back in the day, that was like a whole new thing with sprites. And if people don't know, I'm a sucker for sprites. So I love interesting things that they do for 2D sprites and make them 3D. So I like it in terms of that. I like Metal Sonic. I liked how it was incorporated as like a boss. Again, it does that thing of like story. I think the only thing I would say that's the difference, and I forgot to mention the cutscenes was pretty cool too, which I always enjoyed. I mean, it has cutscenes too, but the 3 and makes vertical levels feel way more playable. Yeah, I feel like this was a game for me for CD was like I didn't like it at first, and it was really because I guess maybe for me the level design I didn't like it as much because maybe there was for me when I went there. I guess it was in a lot of ways for me to go pretty fast as I wanted when I was growing up. Now, when I go back to play it, there are ways to get faster and go through the past and future. But I like the fact that, like you said, Ness, it makes the not the game, but the game more vertical in terms of their level. I do like that. I would personally say I would like it around 2. I think for me, I'm a sucker of the music too, so there was so much more. Like again, it goes to what I was saying earlier, where it's like there was more story, whereas like 2 you could turn your brain off and play it. But again, Sonic CD, there's like so much more. They have the story like 3. They have more cutscenes that you wouldn't even see in the games. Any of these games matter in terms of like actual full-on cutscenes. I like the level design in terms of the animation of it. Like the play of 2D and 3D was so great. I not gonna lie, I thought in my brain when I was starting this like that I like 2 more, but I might like CD more. I feel like I'm liking CD more, and it's growing on me. This 2 and CD can always change. I think as of right now, just talking about it, I like CD a bit more than 2, and that's just because there's so much. There's so much. I think I'm gonna keep it there for now. I think that's what I'm gonna do. See, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know how I want to go with this tier list. If I want to do it chronological or just go through the gate. I'm trying to build it up. It's like as I go. If I'm thinking of, yeah, I guess Mania would technically be the next one because I think it's its own timeline. So I guess Mania. Well, I have Origins. I forgot about Origins too. Um, since we'll do Origins because it kind of is just all of the games in one. Um, again, there's not really too much to say for Origins. Origins is kind of a great way to play all the games in one, even though my bias is more like I love the music in 3 and they don't really have the music I want in 3. It is kind of just all the games combined when I tested it a little bit. I never bought the game fully, but I had a friend that let me play it. And it is kind of just all the games. I guess what I would say, I guess I would put, I might be, I don't know, maybe I need more experience, but I'm gonna say as of right now, it's just all the games combined. So I'm just going to put Origins like here. Maybe it's just my bias of, maybe it could be my bias. But I'm going to put it here. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it here for now. It's just because it doesn't have the music and stuff like I want it from 3. But to be honest, if you want to make an argument like it's just better than the other games because it has all of them, I can't really be mad either. But I'm gonna put it here for now. I'll see if it changes. Alright. Where is it? Mania. Man, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm putting Mania in S. Mania feels like, how I put it, the ultimate love for a classic Sonic game. It takes the best elements of these, technically 4, but if you want to say 5, yeah, but these games right here, and goes up the mats. You have better sprites. You have really good music. You have really interesting levels that we never even seen before. It has that story element that I like. They have cutscenes for the game. Like, there's just so much in Mania that I feel like if I didn't put it in S tier, I really would be like lying to myself. I actually would go back to play Mania. And then for me as well, I like games that have a lot of playback feature. So if I'm going to play the game again, I really do want to go play that game again. Mania does a great way of that. It does a great job at that. So it makes me feel like, okay, I want to play that game again. Okay, let me play this game. Instead of playing as Sonic, I'll play as Tails. Or play as Tails, I'll play as Knuckles. Play as that. And so on and so forth. Then they added Mighty and Ray later down the line. Which, they didn't add Mania Plus? Do I want to add Mania? I mean, Mania Plus is just more. I guess if I want to be real with myself, Mania Plus is kind of just more. I don't know if I want to, I'm going to just... I'm just going to add it just to add it. I'm just going to add it just to add it. If I'm being fair, I'm going to just add it now. I'm going to just add it now. And I think I'm also going to put an S. Because, again, it's like Mania, but more. it's just like Mania, but more. It's just Mania, but more. Like again, more characters, more things. Like it's just more. I can't really complain with that at all. It's just more. It really is just more. So we got Mania and Mania Plus as tier. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the top of A. Sonic Origins is also A. CD2 is A, and then the only B I have is for Sonic the Hedgehog. Alright. Alright, now. I didn't think I would have to come up to these two, but we're talking about Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. And some people will put them mostly anywhere. I'll just put it here for here. Some people will put them anywhere, I guess. Some will put Adventure 1 or 2 in A, right? And it's gonna be interesting how I would do this actually. Because most of these are biased, and again, it's my tier list, so I'm gonna be pretty biased of them, of my favorite games. But I'ma just screw it. I'ma just slide. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. I'm gonna just slide them into. I'm sliding them. I'm sliding a mess. I don't care. The amount of impact these games had over my life is crazy. Like again, I went back to play Sonic Adventure because I never played it as a kid, and I liked it because it was just the 3D version of Sonic. It was essentially the 3D version of, like, if you wanted to play classic games and you like classic games, you're gonna love Sonic Adventure. You're gonna love it. It keeps that formula really well in a 3D setting to me. For example, I like the fact that we could just play as other characters such as like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy. You have E1 Gamma. And you have Big. And even though I will admit, most of the characters I wasn't too intrigued of playing. It was always nice to just see, like, hey, this is what they'll do in this setting. This is what they'll do in the other setting. Like, for example, I wasn't a fan of Big's gameplay, but I'm happy that I could establish, like, okay, I didn't like it, but it was different. Or, how I put it, I could understand Amy's gameplay, even though I feel like it's boring for me. I can understand it's different. Same thing with, I actually did like Knuckles stages. Maybe this is me. I always like Knuckles stages. That's just my bias. Tails, I liked it, but at the same time, I feel kind of bad because I could just fly over the level. Like, I can physically fly over the whole entire level. And for me, I guess I never felt that as a challenge, but as a kid, or thinking about it in my mindset when it came out, this would have been easily one of my favorite games of all time. And I think it still is up there for me, even when I never played it in my life. Now, if I'm talking about Sonic Adventure 2, it does, and how I put it, it's the mindset that we want in terms of a Sonic game, or at least to me as a Sonic game. I want fast gameplay. Not the spin dash, just spam the spin dash, right? I want fast gameplay. I want to think fast. I want to move fast, and I want to move around and understand the level. That's Sonic Adventure 2. And you do get that with Sonic Adventure 1. But I feel like it pushes you in the Sonic Adventure 2, it pushes it into your head so much more. Actually, I forgot to record this. Forgot to record it. I'll probably go back and explain classic games when I get a chance, but I feel bad because it kind of started with a deal. But since I'm recording, hello YouTube, how y'all doing? I'm gonna catch y'all to speed since I'm streaming this too. We said Sonic the Hedgehog B tier because it's a great start and it has a good amount of platforming than the other games. We said 2 because it gives Sonic its massive speed, or I would say its identity as a fast platformer. CD is like the same as 2, but there's more things such as story, animation. I like to play on 2D to 3D with sprites. Origin is just all the games combined, to be fair. Only reason I put Sonic 3 and Knuckles up there is because they kind of did butcher a little bit of the music in 3. And me personally, I just like 3 a bit more. And then we just put Mania up here. But I put Mania up here just because it's just so much more. It does all the games justice and just puts them in a better package. Especially for Plus, you have more characters, more things to do, more ways to play. Especially since it does everything I like from the other games. Story, levels, music, it fits all together. And then now we're on Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Sonic Adventure is the best, I would say, rendition or the best ideology for a classic Sonic. It translates these classic games for me in a perfect way. Now, I'm not going to say the game is perfect in itself. It has a lot of issues, which is going to give me the 2. But it does a great way, and as a kid, I enjoyed it because it was really close to the classic games. Now, for 2, which we were talking about, is when I think of Sonic, I think of just fast platforming, and I feel like Adventure 2 does it better than 1. Just because I like to platform, go fast, and what Adventure 2 does it in style. I feel like a lot of people that play Sonic got into Sonic because of just, hey, we like him because he's cool. I feel like you got it. You definitely got it in Adventure 2. At least to me personally. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and say that Days 2 don't have problems. Like, Sonic Adventure, this gameplay I don't like. Like, I wasn't a fan of Big's gameplay. I wasn't a fan of Amy's gameplay. It was interesting, but I just wasn't a fan of it. I like Tails' gameplay. I put him as a middle because even though I like just flying, most of the time I'm just gonna fly over the level. Mostly for me. I like Knuckles stages and I like Sonic stages. 2, I would say, as much as I like 2, the issues is 1, the device you're playing it in. Like, I think it was I'm trying to think in my head, what was the first? It was just a regular Sonic battle, or not Sonic battle, but Sonic Adventure 2, where you didn't have a lot of the issues that Sonic Adventure 2 battle had, in terms of maybe like a little bit of audio, a little bit of level issues, in terms of just glitches and things like that. It wasn't too bad glitches, but like control, I mean, for the characters. But I think the thing for me, why I personally would put them in S tier, out of every single game, even the games that are coming up, to me, these two have the most impact of not even just Sonic games, but just the franchise as a whole. There's a reason why people ask for the adventure games to come back. Like, even to this day, we're like this came out in 2001, around the year I was born, right? So, if people are still asking this for around 24 years for a remake for these two games, at least initially, the first remakes people thought wasn't Lost World, wasn't Adventure, wasn't the storybook games. You hear Unleashed now, but it wasn't always like that. You hear Heroes, kind of, but again, it wasn't always like that. You don't hear remakes of all these games. Originally, you never heard them. Originally, till like, I would say more 2010 and up. But even back in the day, and even still now, people are still asking for remakes of these games. I think for me, over just straight impact, I gotta put them up there. And the funny thing is too, I always see tier lists where it's like, you'll have Adventure 1 right here, 2's up here, or Adventure 2's here, Adventure 1's up here. And for me, I always never kind of considered them like a real tier list to me, because I would never sit there in my brain and just say, yeah, they're a tier above one another. It's like, no, I would put them exactly the same tier. They have love from each other, but they have issues. But because their impact, especially Adventure 2's impact, because that was like one of the most popular games. We got Shadow, Rouge, we got Eggman. You get to play as Eggman, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. And even though I personally like have a lot of issues with the game, same thing with Adventure 1, their impact was the same. Like, for example, there's things I like and things I don't like. I like Adventure 2's speed sections. You can argue that Tails' section was better than in 1 than 2. I like Tails because it gives him identity. I feel like, to me, especially since it builds off of 1, it makes him into his own character in a way. Like, Adventure 1 was that setup of like, hey, Tails wants to be a bigger role, and then 2 comes out, okay, he's the smart guy, he wants to be a bigger role. I feel like that kind of solidified, okay, Tails is the brains. And it's kind of funny where you sit there and think of the archetype of just speed, power, and brains. You see it in a lot of media. Not even just games. You can see them animes, movies, and things like that. Like, they'll always try to follow this archetype. Like, you have the speedster, you have the brains, and you have this power. You see it in everything, even classes, even power sets and everything. I said power sets, but I'm thinking even like powers that people would have. Think of like RPGs and classes. Like, there's always going to be a tank. There's always going to be the person that's like a sweeper, or like a person that takes the enemy out fast and quick, and the person that has the intelligence stat. I feel like the archetype just fits well. Especially since it talks about a lot of the story elements. I love 2 story elements, even though I love Sonic Adventure 1 too. They're both great. This is the start of how Sonic has these really, I would say, deep kind of stories, but it's lighthearted. It's like a lighthearted, deep story, if that makes sense, or just a lighthearted story. But you never expect it from these games. You never expect it from these games. But I feel like that was that start. It was that start. Like, for example, I love the fact that when we get into Takal's and the Chow's and the last echidnas In the massacre mode, I like the fact that it just turns into something bigger. Same thing with Adventure 2. Adventure 2 talks about straight like murder and hatred in a way. But I feel like I'm gonna be yapping about these games for a while. But I'm going to put them around here. I'm putting Sonic Adventure 2 above 1 just because of my bias. Like as a kid, me and my cousin would always play the game. He would always let me play Sonic, and he played Shadow, and we would just play Sonic like Adventure 2 battle every single time, and we will have a blast. So we're gonna leave him there for now. Okay. I mean, I guess going to heroes. Okay. Now, I'm put it here. Just to put it here. Heroes. To me, I wasn't too crazy into Heroes growing up, but I always liked the story of Heroes. I love the introduction of Neo, Metal Sonic. I like the introduction of the 3 teams we used to play. Like you had Team Sonic, you Team Dark, you Team Rose, and you have the Chaotix. Again, more characters to play with, more characters to get to know. I wasn't too crazy on the slippery playstyle, but at the same time, it's more for me like if you play the game more, you understand it and you like it more. It grew on me, I would say. But yeah, I would personally just I'll put in A. I'll put in A just because I enjoyed it, even though you can argue it could be lower. I personally like it. It might be either the top of B or the low A. I'm going to put it in low A for now. Yeah, I'm putting in low A for now. Put it in low A for now. I think low A as of right now is fine. Alright, I think I forgot Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, I'll put Shadow the Hedgehog next. Now, Shadow the Hedgehog, I wasn't too, I would say, fond of Shadow the Hedgehog. I liked the fact that it was Shadow getting his story. I guess me, it was a little bit too edgy for me as a kid. There might be a time where I would sit there and go back to play it fully, but as a kid, I wasn't too much of a fan of it. Again, I like the story sections of understanding his character. But at the same time, if someone went to go remake these games, I probably would play the remakes. I wouldn't be diehard to the original, at least to me. I would be diehard to it. I'm debating if I want to say it's mid or I want to say it's B. See, the thing is that's crazy to me is I would play 1 over Shadow the Hedgehog, but I know I'm probably just tripping. Like I feel like when you see, I only like it because a lot of people mod it, but at the same time, base game. I didn't mess with it too much. I'm putting C. Put it in C. It might change later, but I'm putting it in C for now. Okay. Got that. We got heroes. Okay, heroes. Now we got 06. 06 low key kind of upsets me. Not in a way of like, oh, the game is bad, but it's like the gameplay of the game was like as a person that only played a little bit and I wasn't like allowed to play it. I think I was allowed to play it, or I just never got it because I played it at a friend's house, and then again I just never had a chance to play it. But I finished the whole story. It just sucked to play to me, but I love the cutscenes. Like, I love the music. I love the new characters. I do. I enjoyed the characters and everything so much. And it sucks because if we're talking about OST, probably my favorite OST. But in terms of a full game, it's hard for me to put it in a A to S or B category because at least these games are playable. You don't have an issue playing these games. A little bit buggy, okay, sure, for some of them, right? But Sonic the Hedgehog to me was so buggy I wasn't even allowed to play the game. But I like the music, especially the music. Like, I like the characters, and it sucks because I don't want to say it's mid, but it kind of is mid in terms of a game. Especially for Sonic, it's like they already did everything already. But there's so much stuff I like about it. It's a thing that's like, outside of the gameplay, the story could be a bit of work, but I like the fact that it was how the characters and things like that, but that could be just my bias. But if it's not the characters, and not the cool like moments, it's not the music, I wouldn't like anything else. So I'm probably just gonna put them like these two high S, or not high S, or high C. I could low-key be wrong. I don't know if I want to put them in B. I don't know if I want to. I feel bad because it has my favorite OST for the whole time. It has my favorite OST. It has my favorite OST, and it sucks because I can't really sit there and do anything. We're gonna go back to them. We're gonna go back to them. We're gonna go back to them. We're gonna probably change it. I might argue. Oh my gosh. But argue. Okay. I guess I did forget about Sonic 4. I'm gonna put C. It's not bad, but it's really forgettable to me. I'm gonna put it in D. I don't know. Because I don't like it. Like, I don't dislike it. But it's just like a watered down version to me for the other games. Maybe that's just me. But at the same time, it sucks because it's like, at least this game's playable. But I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm thinking too. If I'm thinking of favorites, I'm not putting it as my favorite. Shadow's cool. I think for the problem is 06 is like, I'm coping. I want to put it in B. I'm coping, but it's like, I'm gonna put it there for now. I'm probably gonna put it up there. I'm coping. I'm coping heavy. Because there were so many cool moments, but I'll be lying if I sat there like, yeah, I'm putting that above certain games. It's like, I don't know about that. But yeah, 4. I mean, same thing with 4. I don't really care about it. I'm not too crazy about it. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, I guess the next game would be Russia, I think. Probably would be Russia. Let's see, the Russia Advance. I feel bad. I never played Advance. I feel bad. Because as a kid, I wasn't fortunate to get Advance. But on the computer, I always used to have, there was like a, I forgot what it was called. I think it was like Sonic Ultimate Advance, and I used to play it every single time. I had fun with the game. But I'm not going to put them on the tier list. Because I need to play them more. So I'm gonna put all the Advanced series as I need to play them. Oh, I forgot about 3D Blast. Hold up. I got 1, 2. Where's 2? I just never played them. These games. Okay. 3D Blast. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of 3D Blast. I can respect the, how interesting it is, but I didn't like it. For me, other than like him rescuing Flickies, maybe you can talk about how interesting that was, but I personally wasn't a fan of it. Okay. I think we can start with Rush. And I love Rush so much. I would say this does all the 3 games does, but it's such faster pace. It's so smooth. The style of doing tricks while in the air. Like, we're never gonna get this again. Like, it's so good. Of just style and everything. But it just does a great way. Now, for Sonic Adventure Rush, I mean, as a kid, I don't think I wasn't too crazy of it. Like, I like it. I put it in like A. Like, I like it, but for me, it was always Rush I enjoyed more than Sonic Adventure Rush. Or Sonic Rush Adventures. This could be me. Again, this is always subject to change for these two. Because I do want to do like a stream or something just to go back to play these games. But as of right now, I'm putting Rush Adventures A. Okay. Well, let's go with Sonic Rivals. Because I don't even know if people remember Sonic Rivals. See, for Rivals, the original Rivals, It was okay. I would probably put it C, but I'm not too sure. But I would put it. See now my brain's like, would I put it on the same tier as 06? And there's just so much crazy stuff in 06, but it's really messy. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put 06 in B, just because there are some things I like. I'll keep them the same. I think for Rivals, I didn't play too much. I'm gonna keep the Rivals in C. But Rivals 2, on the other hand, man, oh man, I would have, as a kid, I would have said this was my favorite like versus type of game. Like, let me see if I can pull up a little clip of like Rivals. Like, nothing new, just Rivals straight off the bat. Because I am curious of how the gameplay was back then. Because I low-key might be forgetting. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Nope, I played Rivals. I played Rivals because I remember that corny boss at the end. I remember you had to sit there and race the enemy at the end. And I remember this level. I remember these old levels. I remember it. Yeah, okay, and then two was cool because they had that whole casino level. I do remember the casino level. Yup, I played both games. I remember this. I remember this wholeheartedly. Yo, this. And then you got cards, I think. Yup. I remember this. Because I remember this because I think Metal Sonic had... Yeah, I think I might have just forgotten this so much. I think I've forgotten it so much. See, I remember this specifically because of the casino levels. I think I remember this, yeah, because of the casino levels. Yeah. You know what? You know what? You know what? Actually sitting there to go look. I'm trying to think in my head. Alright. Okay. I think, okay, now actually sitting there going back. Like, actually going back to play this game. All right, now I might have mistaken. I thought I liked two more, but I think I like the first one more. I think I like the first one more. Yeah, I think I like the first one more. Now I don't see. I don't know if I like them on the same tier. Like, actually, there's one thing I did like. I really did like the bosses. Yeah, I did like the bosses. Okay. Yeah. I think I like Adventure 1 more. Or I said Adventure 1. Sonic Rivals more. But then the second one. Now the question is, do I? The question is, do I think I like the first one more than the? Or do I think it's on a whole nother tier? Because I forgot, how did the boss battles go? Because the boss battles, as much as I liked the characters interacting and fighting, I thought it was kind of corny. Like, yeah, you just, yeah. Um, huh. Yeah. That's what I might do. I'm going to put one up there, and I'm gonna put two here. The two isn't bad, but I would say like all my love was in the racing, and Sonic Rivals 1 did that. And it's crazy because a lot of people will not talk about Sonic Rivals 1, but I'm probably gonna get some. I'm probably gonna get some backlash, but I ain't gonna lie, I don't care. I'm putting them here. Okay. I forgot Sonic R. I feel bad. I never got a chance to play Sonic R. I never got a chance to play Sonic R. I always watched Sonic R, but I never got a chance to play Sonic R. But I always liked it and knew what it was because I used to look up the music and stuff for it. But yeah, I haven't played it. I probably would love to play it, but I always see clips of it. But yeah, I would love to play it. You know what? I forgot that they didn't add I forgot they didn't add Team Sonic Racer or nothing on this tier list. Hold up. Can't forget about them. I'm trying my best to try to get all of them included. At least all the ones I played. Okay, so we got Transform, we got and then we got Team Sonic Racing. And Team Sonic, All Stars. Yup. I forgot about the games. Let me do them real fast before we get to the nitty gritty. The nitty gritty, I can't speak. I'm going to put Sonic Sega All Stars here. Yeah, I'm gonna just do it quick. I'm gonna put them here. Team Sonic Racing, I'm going to put here. Nah, I'm gonna put in C. I'm putting C. And All Stars transformed. Putting A. Alright. Just because I feel like I like the OST for this from Bentley Jones. I'm not gonna play this again. I'd rather go play All Stars Transformed. But yeah. Now we can actually get into more other games. Let's go Riders. If I'm putting Riders on a tier list, I'm putting it over All Stars. I'm putting it over All Stars. Or I might low-key, I might bring All Stars to a B and put that in B. Because I think the racing games are good, but I would say, like, for Riders, it's my favorite, like, I play and I enjoy it. But I would say, I'm not going to lie, the mods do carry it for being great. It does carry it from being great. It does. But it's my favorite racing game. Like, it's great to play. Actually, now looking at this, I understand how unique I am for my tier list. I think All Stars is more concrete of what to do. I did like Riders. I just like the style of Riders. I love the style of Riders, and it really got me hyped for hoverboards as a kid. Man. Okay. Okay. Alright. And then for Zero Gravity. See, funny enough, I think I play Zero Gravity more. I think I played Zero Gravity more. I might have to drop some. I might have to drop some. I have a lot of 8. I might have to drop some. I think if I had to keep one, All Stars is up there. I'm going to put Zero Gravity here. I'm putting Zero Gravity here. And but see, there's a time I actually did love Zero Gravity. Ooh. But let's be real, am I playing that more than... Yeah. You know what? Okay. think I'm gonna put all the racing games down here. As much as I love all of them, I will play Sonic 2. I will play Adventure. I will play most of these up here more than them. I'll put them all here. Alright, this is what I'll do here. This is what I'll do. Okay. And then, see, I feel bad because, like, I don't hate Team Sonic Racing, but it's like, it was a game where if you gave it a few patches, it would have been good. It would have been extremely good. But it didn't get those patches. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I think, yeah, I like this. I like this. Better. Okay. Whew. Alright, that was messy, but we go to the next one. So we got secret rings. We got secret rings. I think for me with secret rings, it was a start. It was a start where it needed a lot of fixes. Needed a lot of fixes. But it's not bad. It just did need a lot of fixes. Like, again, I feel like I put it in the same category as like Sonic 06, where it's like the gameplay was kind of right? But the message was really good. Like, the story was really good. I enjoyed this one. People don't like Razor Jin. I personally think he's fine. I actually enjoy him. Like a whole new design. Shara, great and underrated character. I think people need to look into more. The levels were really unique, and I think it was like a dabble into the storybook series. Now I think Unleash and then Black Knight, but let's do Black Knight because we'll keep the storybook games. I am going to probably be the most biased person of this game. I'm gonna be biased. And if I'm putting a favorite game, I gotta at least put Black Knight today. I think either A or high B. Because my thing is, other than the gameplay, right? And the gameplay wasn't bad. It was better than Secret Rings. And I would say it's a tier above Secret Rings. I would say it's a tier above Secret Rings. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. It's a tier above Secret Rings. I would personally it's like everything that the Secret Rings does, but it's just so much better. The characters were better. King Arthur was actually a really cool boss. I love his design. And Merlina, even when she was a Dark Knight Queen, I think, mode, I would probably argue is the best villain design I think I've ever seen in the games. I know that's a hot take, but I think he has the best design. There's just so much more to it. But I would personally put I think I might put Black Knight in either A or B. put it B. Yeah, I'll put it B. I'll calm myself down. I do like a Black Knight, but I would be lying if I say it's on the same tier as these. I'll put it here. I feel like I have like games where it's like really good, little amount of issues. Solid, but has a good amount of issues. Mid and has issues. I don't care about. Yeah. I'll put it here. I'll put them all here for now. Now for Sonic Unleashed Wii and Sonic Unleashed PlayStation 3. Well, I feel bad. If you told me as a kid what would be my like favorite or like what would be my favorite type of game, I would have liked Wii so much more. I would have liked Wii actually an A, but playing the original makes the Wii look trash. I ain't gonna lie, it makes the Wii look trash. Like for me, it really does make the Wii look laughable. For Unleash, ooh, you know what? Should I put you an A already? I'm going to. I feel bad because I would put Unleash. Ooh, because I was thinking A or S. You know what? As a person that went to stream this game and play it, I actually really flipping enjoyed it. I did. I really enjoyed it. Now again, it's not the most perfect game. Because if we're talking about like perfect games, I would say I feel like the classic games, and some might be I'll take, the classic games feel more polished in case we got for 3D. Again, I know that's like a hot take, but that's mine. I feel like Sonic Unleashed for me is S. I think actually going back to like play the game, dude, probably my favorite boost levels of all time. It might be up there. I'm debating if it's that or Shadow Generation, but it's easily my favorite boost game of all time. I love the characters. I like Chip. I love the bosses. I love the fact that the bosses you like physically run on the walls. We're feeling fast like Sonic. You're never gonna get that feeling from me again for a boost game. You're never going to feel that for me again as a boost game. You're not. So I gotta put Unleash S. I think the only issue I have, which is like a minute issue, is that getting medals can easily slow the game down. And that's my biggest gripe. Where if you don't collect medals and you're the person that don't, dude, you're gonna dislike this game so much. But since I like collecting medals and I mostly get them on my runs and I don't have really that much of an issue, there was only one time it slowed me down. Out that one time, I was fine. People don't like Warhog. I think Warhog was fine. I think it was the best way of doing old platforming and keeping it fast paced. I enjoyed it. And as a kid, I thought the levels were extremely long from the Wii version, but they're not that bad. For a Sonic game, I put an S tier. It feels fleshed out. For Wii, For Wii, I might change the tier list a little bit. I put Wii at B, like little B. Now the question is, do I want to put Sonic All Stars? Yeah, it's right there. I'll keep it there for now. But Wii isn't bad. It's just when I played the original, or like the not original, but like the PlayStation, I think 3 version, or the other version, it's so much better. I ain't gonna lie, it's so much better. Like the Wii took me many times to like finish it because it took so long, but I like the Unleashed version, especially as a kid. Where one funny thing that I did is that I physically would walk in Sonic Unleashed Wii. Like I didn't know running was the double tap from the other games. But even then, when I played it again with now double tapping, I just enjoyed this one so much more. Okay. Now we're at colors. I feel like this is gonna be another hot take one. Me personally, I say DS is the best version. I would say the DS version is the best version. I would say it's the best version. For the Wii, actually, you know what? If it's the original, I'll put them side by side. They're not too off of each other. But you could argue DS is better because the gameplay is a bit more better. I'll put them side by side. For Ultimate, though, I kind of would have put that in like straight F, but I would be lying if I sit there and be like, yo, I would play 3D Blast over Colors. No, I would not. I'd rather play Colors than 3D Blast. If anything, but I'll play Colors in most of these games, to be honest. But yeah, I think that's nice. I think the issue is just Ultimate it's no point to play it. They don't do anything remotely better other than like scale it maybe more for better graphics. But if you play it like other ways, can't say. But if you play it in a way that's more comfortable, you might as well just play that original way. If like literally, you could have just made the Wii version 4K instantly better than Ultimate. They made the game easy when it was already an easy game. I don't understand. I don't understand at all. But I'll put it like that. DS was like a love send to Adventure. It's not as good as Adventure, but it was so nice to play it. It was. Okay. Then I think we're at Generations. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to put. Yeah, actually, I did put Generations. You know, I'm gonna just rank all the Generations. For old Generations, I'll put B. There actually is a time I actually really did enjoy the DS Generations more than the original. I actually did enjoy more than the original. I think for Generations, I'm gonna put the original. Ooh, now see, here's the interesting part. I don't know. I think I might leave this an A. I'm debating about it. Because the thing is, Generations, the base game, just from the like consoles or the old one, I'm not putting that near Shadow Generations. Like, it's just a tier above this game. It is. It's just like, okay, let's just give you the original game. But hey, let's just add so much more stuff with Shadow. And it's like, well, why would I put them on the same tier? This has to be up there. The issue for me is like for Generations. Since I have this game, there's no point in me playing this game. Even if I think of just the game by itself, it's like, okay, this gameplay is good. Story's like, whatever. Whereas like you have Black Knight, story's like astronomically good. But it's like gameplay could be like, what if? You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm bumping these two up to A. Because I would be lying if I say that Sonic Black Knight was the same tier as Secret Rings. I don't agree. I think it's a step up. As what's better though? I think for me, I like Black Knight more. It's just that message. That message that they taught me as a kid of just like a secret, like not even secret, just like a tough way of just living. Like, hey, everyone's gonna die someday. You just gotta live the best of your life. That's kind of crazy to tell a kid playing a Sonic game, but it made me respect this game highly more. And people gonna be like, what? But no, I agree. I don't know. There's just so much cool stuff in here. Yeah, screw it. I'm putting it above it. Not better than this one, but I'm putting it better than the original. So no, I mean not crazy infinite, but I'll put it there. Okay. We got Lost World. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I did not like Lost World. It just felt so boring. It felt so boring. Not only that, it's like, one, it's like we got to fast-paced Sonic, then we go back to Mario levels. Again, don't hate. I don't hate it. It's just, it's not a Sonic game for levels, especially since no one liked the villains. I don't care what any redemption of a comic would sit there and tell me, oh no, they're not that bad. No, they were terrible in this game. I actually did not like these villains. They were the worst villains. Like, I like Eggman's mech. Eggman's first mech from 2, I like them more than the Tiddly Sits. And they're robots. The story was out of place. Everyone feels like they were out of character. Didn't like the gameplay. I'm putting it a D. I feel bad, cause but yeah, I'm putting him in D. I'm putting him in D. Ooh. But yeah. right. Whew. We got the forces. I'm a, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna be honest with every person that's watching the stream and just people on YouTube. I don't like forces. I personally do not like forces. I think no matter how much, even if you mod the game, just wouldn't save the game to me. The issue is for me when I think of games, especially Sonic games, they're not going to be the best, but there's something to take away from them. There's something to take away that, okay, sticks out and is different to me. What's a good example? Let's go. Shadow the Hedgehog's more edgy than those games. Not my cup of tea, but it gets an identity. Sonic Rivals 2 and Sonic Rivals. One of my favorite 2D team games that no one knows how to play, right? Even Colors. More lighthearted in the franchise than Wisp. Secret Rings, storybook games. First storybook game, and it takes inspiration for Black Knight. Black Knight, good story. Generations, take away. 06, even though 06 is buggy, even if 06 is buggy, I would still personally just play it because OST, character story, I'd rather play that. Play any Rider game. I can play any 2D game, any Heroes game, Black Knight, da 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 da. There's nothing I can enjoy about Forces. Some people say Infinite. Well, Infinite was mid. His origin was mid. I wanted a better final fight. Like, other than his OST, which I do like, I would say I like his OST, and his design looks kind of solid. They just did him in such a way where I just can't enjoy the character. It just, for me, it just seemed boring and out of place. Especially since if these are games that are like so much older. This is like one of their newer games, and they're failing at it. Then I feel like I have to grade it according to how much they should learn. So for me, it's F. Sonic didn't feel like Sonic. It felt like you just hold the boost, which for me is disgrace for like Unleash and the new generations. The new character, even though I think it's pretty interesting, can't even enjoy it because for me there's only like 2 or 3 wisps that made me feel like I'm playing the game really well. So I don't like the story. The story is probably the worst part of the game. Sonic gets taken out, and for 6 months, nothing happens. What about Shadow? What about Silver? What about Rouge? What about Amulet? Tails, what are they doing? And it's kind of crazy where it's like, to my memory, I knew it was out, like inconsistent or just out of place where I think these 6 months happen, and Tails meets Classic Sonic. Tails is still on the field from the old fight, I think, helping Omega. They probably didn't think about that going into it. At least to me. I feel like, I don't know if Omega was just fighting, I don't know if it was just there, but it seemed like they were in the exact same place in the exact same time when Sonic left, but that could just be me. But me personally, you call me hater, I don't care. There's just, for me, nothing to enjoy. Nothing to take away from Forces. Even if I could say, like, oh, the characters. You can make your own characters. Like, well, I don't even like the characters because there's no variety. Fits, maybe, but not variety using that character. It's just the worst version of Sonic. Okay. Sonic Frontiers. Now, this might be another hot take too. I like Frontiers more than most of these games. I would say I like it more than. I might like it more than most of these games. I'll put it here. I could change this, but I might put furniture down there. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to move these games down here, but I don't think it's being 3 for me. I'll put it in the same care as there. But yeah, I think I would put Frontiers there because it was the game that I think the franchise needed. I would agree and say it is indeed the step into the right direction. It's the game that I think helped people see what Sonic identity is, especially on top of the movie with it coming out. I think they did a way better job of story in terms of just the games in their generations that came out. I think I like the fact that they wanted to be a little bit, I'll say, ballsy in a way, more risky. I think more risky is a better word. More risky in terms of the game they wanted to do, combat style. That and then Supersonic actually being really cool, especially since later they give you free DLC. What game company in this day and age will give you free DLC? They'll probably pay you like $70 just for the DLC. Now, obviously not, but I'm exaggerating how expensive this is. At least the gaming is getting. But I would personally put in A. Characters were there. Characters acted funny and goofy, and they even made some characters that kind of sucked in old games make you enjoy them. Like Tails, I dislike the fact he was a wimp in Forces, but they fix it in Frontiers. Knuckles didn't act like a leader or important. Fits it in Frontiers. Amy was all over the place. Frontiers fits it. And this is why I personally will put in A. Not gonna say it's perfect, it needs work, but the fact that they give you that DLC, more stuff, I'm almost inclined to give it an A or S, but I'll put in A here. You know what? Put that back. And then we got Crossworlds. I think, me personally, for Crossworlds, I'm putting it an A. I think this is the game that's going to be better than all the other games combined. And we're already seeing the feats of it. We're already seeing all of the impact of it. Everyone's playing from Crossworlds. Free beta, closed beta, another free beta, because they're like, you know what? It's so good, why not? And they give you a demo on top of that. You know, I might low-key increase this up there higher. I'm gonna increase that higher. Yep, I said that. I'm gonna increase it higher. Because they did a good job on this game. The marketing was fantastic for this game. Fantastic. You could sit there and say the other kart racer games came out this year was better. I don't care. I think the marketing for just this game alone, fantastic. Probably the best marketing I think we ever almost got for a video game for Sonic. but that's majority of how I feel. Again, I never think I would ever do a tier list, but this is how I'm feeling for all these. Now again, these can always change. Like for example, if I played advanced, probably at advanced, but I think we made a really good tier list. I think we made a really good tier list. Yeah, I think, yeah, I would put Mania up there. Yep. Yep. But yeah, this is what we do. I'm gonna see if I can save it. Download the image. Oh, that's perfect. Yep, yep. Download image. Boom. Perfect. Okay. Well, that is my tier list. For YouTube, I appreciate y'all coming in and joining. To be honest, it probably was me yapping for a good amount of time. Let me actually see how much I was yapping, because I probably was yapping for a good amount of time. Probably maybe too much even. Yeah, for almost 2 hours. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this out and try at least to shorten it a little bit. But thank you so much for tuning in for YouTube. I appreciate y'all listening, and I hope I see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Okay, now that we got the tier list out the way, I think we can play some Crossworlds. I think I'm down for some Crossworlds right now. I ain't gonna lie. I'm down for some Crossworlds. I said let's play that, and then maybe we'll play a little bit of Persona. Maybe like an hour of Crossworlds, and then we'll play Persona. Boot this over. Do 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 do. I'm moving this over. Like, I don't know if y'all can actually see this thing, but I'm gonna. Alright, well, let me switch it to Crossroads. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do that and also go get some water. I'll be right back.